Liquor Talk, brand new episode starts right now. Welcome everybody to another edition of the Liquor Talk Podcast. I'm your man Victor, and as always, I need y'all to pour it up because it is Liquor Talk time. We are the first episode. It then finally got a little cold in some places because the fall and the winter is here, but not in Florida though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always hot. Remember to subscribe to the podcast on podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts at. Joining me today, podcasting out of Chi-Town. These ladies are the hosts of the Living Under the Crown podcast. It's Nicole and Juju the Great. Welcome, ladies, to Liquor Talking. How y'all doing today?
All right. Thank you for having us. Yes.
No problem. I definitely appreciate y'all for having me. And Nicole, I want to say thank you for having me on your podcast as well. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That was a really great conversation we had.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, let's get into it. Tell the people about your platform.
Well, actually, how we started off, I originally started podcasting, and I have been doing it for a while. But me and my bestie, we talk like every single day, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can just bring my bestie on and we can have our normal conversations, with the people. So we did that. We joined together about a year and a half ago. It'll be 2 years in December.
Yes.
Wow. Congratulations. Y'all celebrate your anniversary during my birthday month. So big
y'all.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And isn't that how a lot of podcasting start? People just having random conversations and then it just leads to we need to record this.
Yes, definitely.
Especially about the different topics that we discuss on our platform. We try to bring positivity, but we also try to educate our viewers on different current events of the world.
Yeah, and we like to talk about, the real things, like the things that people don't want to talk about. That's what we like to touch on.
Yes, that's real. We need those topics. We definitely need those because sometimes everybody does sound the same and nobody wants to hit the nail on the head. So much props to y'all for definitely hitting the nail on the head. So at what point did you guys decide that you want to pursue this podcasting thing?
Man, I guess when we got together, we decided to name it Living Under the Crown Podcast because, we have a lot of other things under our brand, Living Under the Crown. Like we started a whole women's empowerment, program and group that we're trying to get together. So, we're trying to make this our full-time thing.
Yes, y'all.
Yes, I definitely agree. I'm trying to make Liquor Talk the full-time thing as well. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to all do this thing because living in America, it's like you work so hard, but you see so little, and you're like, you need the extra income, and something else outside of just going to 9-to-5 jobs.
Right. And not only that, we want to be able to bring the conversations to the forefront, those deep conversations that people don't want to have. We want to talk to as many people as we can because we believe that the more we talk to each other, the more we can learn and grow from each other and help each other.
Yes, and personal testimonies coming from us and our different viewers and stuff like that, they can help someone.
Yeah.
We looking to help people.
Yes, we definitely need the special different points of view to definitely help people from different perspectives and stuff, So what's something you wish you would have known about I wish I would have known about podcasting before you got started?
That's a good question. I would say I wish I would have known that. I won't say I wish I would have known. I'll say I wish we would have started a little bit sooner. I'm glad that we, coming into our 2-year mark, but it's a lot of stuff that we used to discuss that we haven't covered yet. So I'm looking forward to just covering more.
Yeah.
And just trying to be the best that we can be at this thing because, again, like we just said, it's needed for our community.
Yeah. And I feel like, what I wish I would have known about podcasting is I wish I would have known how long it takes to build these things up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It seems like it's really simple to just get on there and start talking to people, but it's about bringing those people back. You know what I'm saying? To get those reoccurring views. So, I wish I would have known how hard it was. I would have probably started my game off sooner.
Yep.
I definitely agree. I would have started in college because
Yes.
the vision for Liquor Talk didn't come to me until my last year of college, and then by the time I had an idea of what I wanted to do, I was already graduating and I already left the city. So it's like I wish I would have had this started sooner, because I would
Mhm.
definitely been having people right there on campus, to talk to. So I
Exactly.
definitely feel you on that. But you know what they say? It's always better late than never, and
Yeah.
everything is in its perfect timing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
So I definitely get your process and stuff. And also, y'all right there in Chicago, I done had like plenty of people in from the Chicago area on the podcast as well. So how has Chicago influenced your podcast?
Wow.
Mhm.
I would say it's really influencing us right now because we have really switched over to doing more true crime.
Mhm.
And the fact that we have all this true crime and these unsolved cases out here in Chicago, that has definitely, helped us being in Chicago and from Chicago, because we can, reiterate on those cases.
Yeah, it's like I see all the news about Chicago, people getting shot up and stuff. I'm like, this is crazy. And then I see the government in Chicago don't really be helping y'all at all because they quick to help the immigrants, but
Yes.
residents in the city, it's like I'm like, damn, y'all just like here in Florida, shit.
Yeah, and they done just brought more immigrants over. Like it's
Yeah,
really it's a
bad.
shame. It's really sad, that we have all these homeless individuals, and now you bring immigrants over, and now they're homeless. Like
Mhm.
I just don't understand
It's
the
like
logic.
a pile up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a pile up. It don't really make sense because down here in Florida, they wanted to run all the immigrants out, but then you fucked around and found out what happened there is like you don't have workers and stuff.
Yep.
You don't have workers who just go to work like it's nothing, what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
and then I see y'all up there, it's like y'all saying residents having all these issues that need to be solved that
Yes.
could have been solved, but instead they want to bring more people in. It's ridiculous.
Really backwards.
Yeah, it's definitely backwards in Chicago, here in Florida. It's really backwards everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. But what made y'all decide that y'all want to dive into true crime? Because true crime podcasts they're on a mind of its own. They're on a whole world of its own.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for us, it's the fact of, like she said, a lot of these crimes are unsolved, and we want to start here in our very own city because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
A lot of the youth are losing their lives, and of course, the crimes are not solved, and it's sad, and it needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up that a lot of this stuff is going on, but it's even sadder that it's not enough people speaking on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the reason why we dived into true crime, to get more people in Chicago to understand that this shit is not a game. It's really real.
And plus, we true crime junkies. Like I've been watching true crime since in my teenage years. So I'm always watching crime. So why not bring it to the people?
Yeah. Now explain this to me. Why do a lot of ladies tend to gravitate towards true crime stuff? Like, because sometimes they'll have us men little on edge because you're like, y'all learning all these techniques to get rid of to off a man, you know what I'm saying, and to off somebody, like what makes y'all gravitate towards true crime?
You know what, Victor? My husband used to say the same thing. He was like, "What are you learning how to kill me or get rid of me or something?" And I'm like, "No, it's just really interesting." And I don't know, maybe because women are, I would say motherly, and we want to see what's going on, and we want to, see how we can protect ourselves and our family. And watching true crime, they give you pointers on what you should be doing to keep yourself and your family safe.
These are facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are definitely facts, but I've also
and we know how to hide a body. So
yeah, and it's like one thing I've learned is you can learn a million different things to protect somebody, but they gotta protect themselves. They gotta want to protect
Yes.
themselves.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you can't protect yourself, then there's only so much you can do.
That's true.
That's true.
And keep themselves surrounded by positivity. Like the older you get, the more you learn that being around negativity and dysfunctional behavior and stuff like that, you get tired of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you want to bring out a positive light and do something to, like you said, help people, but also let them know, hey, with me helping you, we got to do this as a team because it takes a village.
Right.
It definitely takes a village. It definitely takes a village for everybody, you know what I'm saying? And if everybody's not doing their job, then the results are not going to be good.
Yes.
So how do y'all manage to spend Chicago on a positive light? Because y'all see all the murders, y'all see all the news, you see the rappers talking about, oh, you don't come over here, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And then you see the show on Showtime called The Chi. So how the hell do y'all manage to spend Chicago into a positive light?
I think that people just view Chicago as this hellhole, this place where you just come and you die. But it's really not like that. It's the same as any other city. Like any other city has their bad neighborhoods and places where you just shouldn't be. And Chicago is just like that. It's like, Chicago is the most beautiful, one of the beautiful places in the world. But it's just that you have to know what area is bad and what's good,
And I really feel like it's all about what you make it. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody outside of Chicago is moving to Chicago, they need to know they need to do their homework. Like she said about the different areas, do research on, not just the area, but what the crime rate is in that area and things of that nature. But really is what you make it. Like if you come here moving from somewhere else and you got a positive mindset, it can be positive for you. Exactly. But if you come here with the negative mindset and you own bullshit from the gate, then that's what it's gonna dish to you.
Yep.
Chicago will give you whatever you're willing to put into it.
And I think any city will, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely. Any city will give you what you make it, you know what I'm saying? But you can't be one of those people that just goes seeking out drama, It's like, I got love for some friends, but I remember years ago they wanted to go to Compton. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
no. No, thank you.
It's like I'm not trying to be bougie or nothing, but I'm like, if I go on vacation, I'm not trying to go
Why you want to go to the hood? Why you want to go to the hood on your vacation? A lot of us live in the hood.
Right, when you're surrounded by the hood already, you know what I'm saying?
Something different. The only reason why I would go to the hood and I'll go in the daytime is if there's a black-owned business that somebody runs.
Exactly.
That's probably the only reason.
Yep.
That's probably the only reason is make sure to spend my black dollar with somebody local recommended, So I'm not gonna go over there just willy-nilly by myself. I'm
just walking around looking. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, definitely, because them the kind of places that they get you gone, and you know what I'm saying, you'll be gone without a trace.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Quick.
And I wish more people known that. And but also I do want to say shout out to you Chicago fans for showing up, because I was at the Bucks game a few days ago, actually a few weekends ago when they played the Bears. A whole lot of Bears fans showed up to watch the team get beat down. And I'm like, you know what? I respect it, because it is hot as hell in Florida, you know what I'm saying? During the early months of September, it was like 90, 95 degrees in that damn stadium. But you saw one side just decked out in Bears gear and stuff. I'm like, you know what? It takes passion. I just want to say I do respect it, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes a lot to dedication to come out there and watch the team just get beat on,
Yeah.
But that's how we are. Like Chicago people, we go everywhere to rep our city. Like that's just how we are. We don't care.
We dedicated.
Win or loss, we gonna go there and we gonna support.
Yeah, I definitely respect the dedication. I was chopping it up. I had some good conversations with some Bears fans and stuff, and you know what I'm saying, we were going back and forth. But then once the Bucks finally scored again to seal the game, they hauled ass. They didn't. They were so quiet. I was like, yeah, all that shit talking y'all were doing, and
They had
you
to bow
know.
out gracefully.
Yeah, that's all.
But like I said, I'll give props to them for showing up because it's hot as hell in Florida during
Yeah,
this time of the
definitely.
year, you know. So, but the only time you might catch me in Chicago if it's warm because I know it gets cold as hell up there.
Oh, yes, it does. Our winters is something to be a part of.
Yes, I'm dreading it right now. I do
Yes.
not want to think of winter because to me, summer was not long enough this year.
It
so
wasn't.
I'm not happy with it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, and me living down here, I'm like, you know, it feels like we never get a damn winter, but certain parts of Florida get winter.
Yeah.
Like the panhandle, like I tell everybody, the panhandle part of Florida, that's the one part if you want winter, like
Mhm.
live up there, you'll get winter. But like between Tampa, Orlando, and Miami, ain't no
Right.
damn winter time.
Uh,
Winter time might be like winter might have a cup of coffee here, then next week it's back to being 80 or 90 degrees.
wow.
Yeah, during the this is the part of Florida where hey, we have it's hot during Christmas, you know.
Wow.
Wow.
But hey, like y'all, sometimes we want some cold as well. So it's a balance, you know.
Mhm.
I would want to experience a Christmas summer at least one time
Yeah.
in my life.
Got to put
Yeah,
that on the bucket list.
Yeah, that seems to be dope.
yeah, that's something y'all should do, like all them damn snowbirds or them damn Canadians that be coming down here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's something y'all should definitely do. I definitely agree with you. That's something you should want to do, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it if you've never been.
Mhm.
Yes.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is the Liquor Talk Podcast. Remember, the more you drink, the better I sound. All right, ladies. What's y'all favorite kind of liquor and what y'all sipping on today?
Right now we're sipping on this little cocktail thing. It was a tall can. Wait a minute, let me go see.
What's your favorite kind of drink?
Well, my favorite kind of drink is I drink any wine. You know, I stopped drinking so much hard liquor. So what's that? A
Okay.
pink lemonade.
Club Tails.
Club
Pink
Tails.
lemonade
That's what
cocktail.
we sipping right now.
And it's 10%.
But we getting ready to sip on our pink Moscato. We kind of stayed with the Sutter Homes and different flavors of wine.
Yes. Shout out to them brands of wine and stuff, you know what I'm saying? We giving y'all asses free advertisement here. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. Like this month I've just been on vodka, you know what I'm saying? Now next month it may be the brown. I don't know yet. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't drink often that much. The only time I really drink is when we're recording because sometimes you need a little liquid courage, you know.
Yeah.
Not for y'all, but for certain people, you know.
One of our favorites is one that we made. We make like some kind of, we call it spiked lemonade.
Yes.
And we use either wine or Bacardi and we mix it with the Simply lemonade. We put our fruit in there and so good. The best thing.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, it's very refreshing.
That sounds very refreshing. Now, there's one thing I have to do, which I saw people on social media talking about, is I gotta try some Chick-fil-A lemonade with some liquor. That's the one thing on my bucket list, you know.
Okay.
I think that would really go good.
Yes, I would definitely like get a little half gallon of Chick-fil-A lemonade and with some with a brown liquor, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah, spike it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like some Douce or something. That'd be real good.
Yes, that's definitely gonna be the move sooner or later, you know what I'm saying? So,
you just gave us an idea.
Sure
Thank
did.
you for that.
I'm glad I gave y'all an idea. All right, let's get into some more topics. Now this one I pulled straight off of Baller Alert earlier today. So shout out to the people at the Baller Alert. Now, someone wrote in saying that they were interested. They're talking to a man, right? And they were working together. It seemed like it's going good, but she finds out she sees one of his homies, and then she finds out that she messed around with one of the homies back in the day. Is that something you would admit to your friend that, hey, I smashed one of your homies back in the day?
I would say that's gotta be a yes. Like,
I would admit
you
it.
have to. You have to come through the gate with the honesty, so you can avoid the bullshit in the end. Just get it out there. You slept with him. Hey, you didn't know that y'all was gonna be together, so you're not a psychic. So,
and sometimes in life things can happen that way. It's not like you're trying to make it out to be that way, but it's some things that we just don't have no control over. But honesty is the best policy. If you keep it $150 with somebody, they can't do nothing but respect you from there, and then that'll give them a choice whether or not they want to continue on or end it.
Yep.
Yes, I definitely agree. And it's like I would definitely say you got to keep it a buck and let them know that, hey, we messed around back in the day. But you just gotta clear it with them. Make sure there's no feelings involved. Because sometimes if you bring that ex around, and they might still have some lingering feelings, because some exes they might get jealous and see you with somebody else, and and they all of a sudden be blowing up your DMs like, hey, I miss you, and yada yada yada. You don't need to be with him. It's like
that's a bunch of BS.
It's definitely just a bunch of BS. And also, if a woman if I see a woman and her homegirl, I'm like, look, I'm just gonna break it off because, like, look, because I don't need your homegirl trying to spill out my bad tea about me.
Sabotage what you trying to do with the next person. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people out here that will do shit like that.
That might want to be an option for you to just end it right there, so you can avoid any drama.
Yeah, because misery loves company. Apparently,
these are facts.
Apparently, in today's society, it's sad that's like that, but just miserable people want to be miserable. Like, you might not understand that this man or this woman may have evolved since you've been with them, So, and if you want to sit here and self-sabotage because you didn't get them at their best, well, you know what? You probably did something to make them want to leave you while they were down, and sometimes your accident may have been what they needed to elevate themselves.
Yeah. Especially if they're not giving you their best.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and you know what? And it's crazy. And it's crazy that we're in this society where people just want to be jealous for no reason.
Yeah.
No reason at all.
It's a hateful world, and it seems like it's getting worse, and it shouldn't be that way. And I feel like in some of these homes, a lot of parents are teaching these kids this hate. They not just grabbing this hate out of the clear blue sky.
Yeah.
They're being raised to hate, to be mean, to be angry, and
to be into competition with everybody around them.
Yes, and it doesn't have to be that way.
It definitely doesn't have to be that way. And also, today's generation, they want the shit now. This is like the microwave.
Now, like,
ain't no waiting for them. They very
waiting
impatient.
period at all. They want it, and they want it now.
It's like there are some things you can be like that on, but then there are some things I'm like, you know what, you gotta wait it out. You gotta be patient, especially if it's a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be patient and let things play out, but you gotta put the work in as well.
That's true.
Exactly.
But not a lot of people nowadays want to do that situation. And like I said, they didn't really tell what happened, how that situation ended. But I would imagine that it'll have to be a tough conversation. But I know for me, I'm like one band, one sound. Meaning, if I slept with you, I'm not going after your homegirl or anybody like that.
That's true. That's true.
Because it's a code, and we should follow it.
Yeah. It's like it is a code, but it's like people will willing to risk that code for dumb reasons,
and they'll ruin their own life just for this type of stuff. I don't understand it.
Yep, it's sickening.
Yes, it is. It's definitely just sickening to me. Like, they will sit here and ruin their whole life over this. Like, this friend is going to be around, you know what I'm saying, but this lover might not be there,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like in my head, I'm thinking, if it didn't work with me, what makes you think it's gonna work with my homeboy? Because guess what? I probably done been to him about the situation, and I'm not gonna look at him like, bro, seriously?
Yeah, man, he know all about the ups and downs the relationship had.
Yeah, and I got to the point where I'm just not gonna argue with him. I'm not even gonna fight him about it. I'm like, well, good luck, because if it didn't work well for me, what makes you think it's going to work well for you?
Yep, that's true.
People don't see that, though. They be so blinded into thinking that they got one up on the next person. And it's not even about that, because a person can be one way with you, But just because the next person get them don't mean that they're going to be that same way with them. You know what I'm saying? So people need to understand that, get it registered, and just let it be.
Yep.
Yes, they need to get it registered, let it be, you know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous though, you know.
Crazy.
Yes, it is crazy. Circling back to y'all podcast, I forgot to ask y'all something. What was y'all favorite episode that y'all ever did?
Oh.
What was our favorite?
I'd say for me was when we dedicate our different shows to certain people. Like we did do a appreciation thing for the besties mom. We brought my mom on before. We've done our children, you know what I'm saying? It makes me feel good when we can actually come on our platform and speak about the people that we're around 24/7, our family. For me,
I think my favorite episode, and not just because it was my birthday, but my favorite episode was my birthday episode. We had so much fun, and you know, at that point we was doing, because we have different segments to our podcast. At that point, we was doing cooking in the kitchen with Juju, and we also do mixing it up with the besties, where we, you know, make drinks and stuff like that. So it was so much fun to just be here and celebrate my birthday with not only my bestie, but, you know, all of my viewers.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that gives me some ideas for December, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell some of my friends that, look, we might have to come together and just meet up.
Yes, have you a birthday episode.
When I tell you, Victor, you would enjoy that, and your friends would enjoy it, and your viewers enjoy it too, because they get to see a side of you outside of the podcast, and they get to see you engaging with people that you love and people that genuinely love you. So I think you should do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to my fellas, because we usually come together for a men's only round. So I'm gonna talk to them and see who can come around, you know what I'm saying, who can pull up, you know what I'm saying, because my buddy has a studio. So, and I remember we did a podcast on my birthday, and it was pretty fun, but we need to have more people there though.
Yeah. So you guys can enjoy it.
Have a turn up.
Yeah. And please let us know if you do it so that we can be tuned in.
Okay, bet. That's what we're definitely gonna do. Hey, y'all, to all my content creators out there, don't be afraid to record on your birthdays and stuff, because obviously it's fun to do that, you know.
Yes, it is. Even if you go out, you know what I'm saying, you can take videos of yourself out enjoying your special day and allow your viewers to enjoy that special day with you.
Because you know what, Victor? We did that for her.
Yes, and we had a good time.
I pretty much made recordings of me picking her up. We went out to eat, and you know, I made a video of it, and we shared it on our podcast so people can see, you know, exactly what we did that day for her birthday.
So fun.
That was fun.
So fun.
Yes, that does sound like a lot of fun. So we'll definitely look into that. Now, speaking of things that we don't like looking forward to, we gotta talk about this damn dating pool, y'all, because it's just,
man,
I don't know what it is about the dating pool in America, but Nicole, you're blessed because you're married, you're out, you ain't gotta worry about it, you know what I'm saying? But us single people, you know, because I really don't dwell on it that much, because it's like, you know, one thing I've learned over the years is if you dwell on being the damn dating pool and stuff, it's just, you'll be miserable. You'll drive yourself miserable.
You will.
Right.
But with that being said, why the hell are good mates just so damn hard to find nowadays?
I think personally that people are just being too damn picky. You cannot create this perfect guy or this perfect girl. It's
overnight.
It is just impossible. And what you think is for you may not actually be for you. You know, people, especially women, they want to say, oh, I have a type. No, if that type hasn't worked for you in all of these years, if you're not married to that type, that is not your type, y'all. We are being too picky, and we need to, you know, let go of all of these artificial wants that we think we want. And, you know, just get to know people, get yourself out there and get to know different type of people.
I think from my perspective, I would say because we living in times, y'all, where you got people out here that's dating for all the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Some of these women and men are both dating because of what the person brings to the table. Some are dating because of what a person looks and physiques are. Some are dating because they lonely and they don't know how to be by themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're not gonna find a genuine, strong, founded relationship until you have found yourself. Exactly. Once you find yourself and know exactly what you want and know exactly what you're willing to put up and deal with, then you go seeking a mate. You know what I'm saying? You can't go seeking a mate or looking for somebody to be this person to you, and you really don't have that much to offer.
And you're not that person to yourself.
Yes.
You're not providing the love and attention to your own self. So how do you think you're going to find a mate? Yeah. You feel me? You have to, first of all, get inside yourself so that you can find a mate that's going to match your energy. Yes. It's all about energy. Yes. People want to look at looks. They want to look at financial. But it's not about that. It's what this person has on the inside. Because guess what? When you guys sit down and have sex, your bodies are not the only ones conjoining. Your souls are. Yes. So you have to get in touch with your soul and inside your soul so that you can find that soul mate.
And people need to look up the definition and the different history of soul ties.
Soul ties, yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's very important to have yourself connected to those types of things so that you'll know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Because soul ties is real out here.
Yes, soul ties is real. And also what I will say what's real is people, they don't really enforce the standards, or they pick and choose when they want to be jerks to people. It's like and also what I see is a lot of people, they'll find one little detail about somebody they don't like, and you know what? I'm not with this person. And I heard it on a podcast one time. This woman admitted, she said, "Oh, I saw this guy pick me up, and he wasn't in a nice car, and I was like turned off by it." I'm like, why the hell you getting turned off by what kind of car this man got? Do you have a car?
Appreciate the fact that he was nice enough to come and pick you up and take you on a date first and foremost, because I feel like you shouldn't judge a person off of their vehicle. You shouldn't judge them off of how much they make or anything of that nature, because at the end of the day, everybody got to crawl before they walk. You know what I'm saying? If I'm looking for a companion, as long as you're somebody that's going to be loyal to me, as long as you're somebody that's going to respect me, as long as you're somebody that's going to show me genuine love, I could care less what you got going on financially. Because if you can take care of me with those traits, that's really what matters. And if you do come along into some money and we can put our money together, then cool. But it's not always about finances. And a lot of women nowadays do not understand that. And I don't know who's raising a lot of these women, but it's sickening to see a lot of these young women out here saying that, oh, I don't feel like I should have to work because I got a rich boyfriend. You may have a rich boyfriend now, but you got to keep in mind that that's that man's money. Exactly. When he get ready to walk away from you,
you a girlfriend.
Right, and you don't have nothing to stand on for yourself, then what do you have now that this person is gone?
I think people out here that's dating right now, like Besto said, you know, they're more into the materialistic type things. You feel me? Like what kind of shoes you got on, how you're presenting yourself. And, you know, I understand that on a first date, it's pretty much like an interview. You feel me? But your car shouldn't be a part of the interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand it when, you know, he pulls up in a cheap car, but guess what? You don't even have a car. You feel me? I don't understand them, Victor. I really don't.
Yes, I'm glad y'all have some sense, because I see a lot of people on social media and also on the podcast, on, you know what I'm saying? They have a lot of delusional thoughts and stuff.
Yes,
so
it's disgusting.
That's why they don't want us on their show. We're too real. We're too smart. And you know what I'm saying? We know how to teach our kids to to get rid of these generational curses that we've been haunted and cursed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, we definitely need to get rid of them. And I definitely salute to y'all for holding women accountable, because there are a lot of women out here, they scared to hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying?
No, we are all about accountability. If you do not have accountability and can't take accountability for yourself, how are you an adult? I don't understand.
You can't label yourself as an adult.
You can't. You are a child.
The first thing a real grounded adult will do is hold themselves accountable in anything. No, we're not perfect, but it's the fact that you acknowledging the fact that, hey, I made a mistake. I apologize. You know, we need to start getting into the habit of holding ourselves accountable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And people be, like you said, they run away from it. They fearful of it. But at the end of the day, if you can hold yourself accountable for different situations, then you've mastered a piece of life. Yep. I feel.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah. Now I will say it's mastery to hold yourself accountable, but don't beat yourself over the side
right.
of your
head. Yes.
That's how you get depressed, and that's how you get miserable. You know what I'm saying? You hold yourself to accountable to a degree, because I remember a professor that lived my next door neighbor told me this a long time ago. He said sometimes you're too hard on yourself, and you're like, you know what? You can't be so hard on yourself, you know, because it's like a lot of people, they're sorry out here. You know what I'm saying? You can't They can't match what you have to offer, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that are sorry out here. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't get so down on yourself, you know? So you just got to find that perfect balance.
And that's like over apologizing, Victor. Like I posted something yesterday for, you know, the people that follow me, because I always try to, you know, help people as much as I can. And I posted exactly just that, over apologizing, how to recognize that you're doing it and how to stop it, because that can cause depression and stress.
It will.
Like, you know, you don't have to apologize for every damn thing now. You don't have to hold yourself accountable for every damn thing. You feel me? Like, only the important shit.
Yes, only the important shit, because there are some things where you're just gonna be like, I said what I said, and
that's what it is.
You know? It's just ain't no backtracking.
I can do about it. I'm not gonna change it.
And I'm not gonna apologize for it
or not. And if you don't respect it, as long as I've held myself accountable, I have to take my hands off of it and let it go.
Always, because I definitely agree. You definitely gotta take your hands off of it and let it go. And you know, because a lot of people, they will hold themselves accountable and definitely be miserable. And you know what? You don't need to be miserable, because
it's not
some people, they have the worst expectations, you know?
Yes. And I'll talk about that a lot. Like, we gotta stop having these false expectations. You know what I'm saying? And then getting mad and depressed when we don't meet these high ass expectations. Like, what are you doing? How are you gonna buy a house in a month? Did you do anything to buy that house? So you setting your expectations too high and you're causing yourself stress.
It does. So do y'all think that y'all hear some of these people and their expectations for men and for women are just too high nowadays? Because I'm just like, how the hell does somebody gonna meet these standards? And to some people, I'm like, do you make that much yourself?
Victor, I think it's ridiculous.
I feel like it's ridiculous too, especially when you come to the point of, like you said, the financial thing. Like, okay, I'm not the richest person in the world, but I will get up and go out here to get some money. I have a hustle behind me. As long as you know that the person that you're seeking out is willing to get up and go to a place every day and clock in and make a paycheck, to me, that should be enough, because you got some real shiftless, lazy people out here, and they will lay up on you if you allow it. You know what I'm saying? So to somebody that's trying, regardless to where their start is, whether they're starting from scratch or whether they halfway there or whatever the case may be, respect the person that's trying.
Yes, and I need a lot of people to realize that, because you never know where this person may be, because if you get somebody while they down right now, they will have a whole lot more respect for you when they come up, because what I've learned over the years is, like, finances, what happens with your finances is just temporary, because you never know what the market's going to do. You never know what the economy is going to do. You never know what your job is going to do, you know. You might be at a stable job for 1 minute, but then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they decide to lay you off, or you just decide that you just like, to hell with this job, and you know what? you never know what a person may have. You can't really judge person based on their materialistic things because things come and go. So you can't set these high ass expectations. Like I've seen some people saying, "Oh, I expect a woman to be home and do this and do that." I'm like, you really sit up here expecting this woman to cook and clean and stuff, but you don't do nothing. But you don't really do nothing to bring to the table. Like you gotta learn how to be independent of instead of rely on this person. And I've seen some women, they're like, "Oh, I expect men to make 100,000. I expect this. I expect that." Like, ma'am, do you make $100,000 though?
Exactly.
And it's just a shame because nobody is actually out here looking for love. They're not out here looking for their soulmate. They're out here looking for their daddy or their mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man isn't supposed to be making money to take care of you. He's supposed to be making money and working to take care of his family.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like that, and I don't understand. It's like a lot of these women, you know, especially these women are selfish.
Yeah,
you feel me? And I believe once they realize that, because I'm not saying that men are beneath us, but I believe that we have just a little bit more influence and power. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the people, and if women can't stand up and realize what they're doing, which is destroying the family, not only the family, the black family.
Yes.
Because they're not talking about, oh, I want him so I can have a family. No, they want him so they can have money.
Yeah, to use them and drain him of everything. This
is the main problem. We're not talking about having black families anymore.
Yeah, we're not. It's sad.
That is what
they don't care about the black family. You feel me? They'll have a baby just so they can call themselves getting child support from this man because they think they're owed that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous out here. That's why some men are just okay with just chilling, not really dating. And then
the men are lost. And the reason I say that because they don't have the woman. They don't have the woman that they need to guide. Now, the men are the protectors, but the women can see. The women are the seers.
Yeah.
And if
they are
able to see that path and guide that man through that path, I don't know what the hell you out here doing.
It's for nothing.
It's for nothing.
It really is. It's because a lot of them feel selfish and entitled. They're only looking at the material things and it's society and where they were brought up. And it's like, and also another thing is a lot of people could be hurt too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because they were at one point in time, they were like this, but they screwed around with some no good person. And that no good person that ruined it for them. And don't let them have a kid because, and I'm like, y'all probably ran into some bum that had a baby bomb. Now y'all want to have these highest standards. And y'all understand why people like Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, was always getting mad with y'all. And
yes. And Victor, I just think that, you know, it has everything to do with the mental. You know what I'm saying? Once the woman realizes that the mental is fucked up, she can fix the mental, and then the man and the children can be in line. You feel me? The man is the head of the household, but the woman is the head of the family. You feel me? And if you're not going to be woman enough to have a family and take over that family, what are you here for?
Wasting time.
Yeah, you definitely wasting time, you know what I'm saying? And then you're wasting time by having these kids with a man you know damn well you don't see a future with. It's like, I'm not saying go see the hitman every time or go see, you know, the hitman, which some people call the doctor, you know what I'm saying? Having an abortion, but I would say that people need to be a little bit more responsible when they're out here fucking around, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it feels good meat to meat, but you know, a little more responsible out here.
But that meat to meat bring more meat in the picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand that.
Yeah, you gotta understand that when you become family with a person that you have children with, you not only have to deal with this person until this child gets grown, but it extends beyond that. Because let's be real. You're having your kid with this person. Y'all go through the motions of raising this child. They're gonna have children. You guys still need to be on one accord to be
And
decent
interact with the
grandparents.
grandkids.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can't make the relationship work, okay, nothing's wrong with that. Life goes on, but at least be strong enough to co-parent for the sake of them children and for the sake of those future grandchildren and great grandchildren and generations to come.
Yep.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? You gotta set that example. And it's
Yes,
like
you got
the one thing I hate is that not a lot of good co-parenting relationships are being highlighted. People I know plenty of people that have healthy co-parenting relationships, you know, so even though they might not be together, but they still helping each other. It's not toxic, it's not to the point of. And also I heard the story of this one woman. She helped her baby dad start a business instead of putting him on child support. And it's like, you need more women with that mindset, you know, so it's possible out here.
Yes,
Victor,
it's all in how you moving with it. Because not to cut you off, if you got that hate in your heart for that person is still there, or let's be real, because you got some people that claim they're co-parenting, but they're still having sex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's ups and downs and things are still being rocky. If you cut that person off, as far as relationship wise, there should be no sex. There should be no sneaking around or nothing. It's strictly about taking care of business when it comes to kids. That should be the main focus. But let's be real. Nowadays,
they want money.
It's weird.
They want money. And Victor, you know, I have a baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm married to my husband, my son is 24. I have my baby's father. You know, he's never been on child support, and I never would. For what? You know what I'm saying? Not only did I choose to lay down with him, knowing that it's a possibility I wouldn't be with him forever, but I also took on the accountability of what I did. And I'm able to, you know, go ahead and take care of my responsibility. You feel me?
You know, and I respect a lot of women that have that mindset, because they don't realize that child support, it fucks up everything. They don't realize how much the government is making off of you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it goes way back to the days of when they were trying to devise a way of getting to break up the black family. And they came up with that way because they required you, if you want these government benefits,
if you want that food stamps, you had to go your butt down to that
and blast to that man now.
Yes, and get him on child support. You had to do that. And that was one thing, Victor, that I refused to do. And I lost my benefits, but I didn't care. I was not going to put this man on child support knowing that he could not pay no child support. I knew his circumstances, so why the hell would I put him on child support?
Yeah, and I have a lot of props and respect to you, but I be seeing a lot of these celebrity couples, but I know they can afford it, but I be like, God damn, like,
and
that's still messed up,
they
though.
Are
like,
the worst.
Because they have the money. You know
they
what
are
I'm
the
saying? It's just like, if these people tell you today or tomorrow you got to pay taxes and you got the money, pay that shit.
It's like
out the way. And if you have to pay child support as a celebrity and you making that money, and these people seeing you on TV every day and they know you somebody that's getting playtime and all that, pay that shit and get it over with, because you do owe that to your children.
Yeah, you do. I definitely say that, but you never know when it could end, though, because you know some celebrities might fall off the soundlight, like, and like some pro athletes might just fall off. They might go broke because of it. But it's like you gotta be wise with it. You know what I'm saying? That's when sometimes you gotta know when to go to the court. Like, hey, like, look, we need to adjust this thing, and also help if you need a good attorney as well. So I would definitely strongly recommend people out there who's dealing with child support and stuff to watch YouTube channels, because they out there, men are telling you how to beat the system, how to figure out the system, you know.
Yes. And you still be able to take care of your kids and do what needs to be done.
Because I think that a woman should not put a man on child support unless she's in dire need of it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we all know how this world works. If you have a baby with a no good nigga and he runs off and leaves you, guess what? That's on you. That's your responsibility, and it should be, because you decided to lay down with that no good nigga without a condom. You hear me? And you should take responsibilities for your actions. And that's just being real.
Yep, that's only
And another thing I will say about the dating pool, going back to this, but ladies, I mean, if you need to have the same energy you had for the no good man, as the good man, because a lot of women I find is they'll go running back to the good man now they pregnant,
Yep.
they had a baby. Like,
And
yeah,
expect for him to take on
That
Thank you.
that
responsibility.
responsibility. That's crazy.
That is utterly ridiculous.
that is that, and that's why it's like, I look at you like, look, now that's why I look at my past, and that was like, if we didn't work out, and now you have this kid, don't be trying to come back now and try to be my friend now, because I'm looking
Yep.
some type of way.
Yeah.
But see, that's on. She coming back because
So
she
she coming back
help.
to you.
She's coming back because she needs assistance, because she know this next man can't offer
Can't
it
do
to her.
it.
But that's who you chose to lay down and
have this baby with.
right procreate with. So
Yeah.
you got to deal with that choice and decision that you made.
Because you can't tell the man to put a condom on,
Yeah,
exactly.
Or you can put one.
Put one on.
As a woman.
Yeah.
They have female condoms. There is no earthly excuse
Yep.
why you have to lay down and have sex with somebody. And like you said, just for that moment, for that feeling, you get so lost into it. Now you done brought a child in the world that you really is unsure of having because you know this person isn't stable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people make mistakes, and that's a part of life. But once you make that mistake, if you're consistently making it, then now it's not a mistake. This is just the lifestyle that you choose to live.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's sad that some people choose that lifestyle and choose to make those mistakes. But it's like, you know what? You want sympathy from somebody decent.
Yeah.
And it goes the same way from men too, that be out here making all these babies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we're not about to have no sympathy for you because the
sympathy.
first one maybe, but if I'm seeing TikTok videos of you having 7 different kids, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes. And
What
then
the
you
fuck are
have
you
all
doing?
these different kids and you got all these different baby mamas or baby daddies, and you're not with neither one of them. The problem isn't everybody else. It's your motherfucking ass. And you
It definitely is.
Yes.
It definitely is. I be sitting there and saying, like, you out here fucking it up for the decent men out here, you know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Trying to meet somebody, you know what I'm saying? Now they gotta be wary of you, and now it's gonna start a whole cycle of they get screwed up by you. Now they want to give a decent person hell instead of going to do the shadow work and heal themselves, you know.
Exactly. Or instead of just healing from that process before you get into another relationship. People don't understand when you come out of a relationship, whether it was good or bad, you still have to heal yourself before you get into that next relationship, because you have to first figure out what you did, and I'm emphasizing you, what you did wrong in that previous relationship.
And don't carry that same drama and bullshit over to the next relationship, because if you haven't healed, that's what's going to happen. Exactly. And then it's a repeated cycle, and you're sitting up trying to figure out why things are going so wrong for every relationship, because you have not given yourself that time to heal and process that. Somewhere in the last relationship, you didn't take accountability like we've been talking about, and accept where you fucked up at. You have to accept your fucked up, that person's fucked up, and you guys is fucked up together. And then once you can heal from that, then you can move on to somebody else. So you won't carry that same shit over into the next relationship.
Exactly. And nothing you need to realize is you need to heal, because the more you don't heal, you giving that X the victory, whether or not you realize it or not. You giving that X satisfaction of you just can't go. They might not come out and say it. They might not, but they still pay attention to your social media if y'all not blocked, you know what I'm saying? And even if you are blocked, they might still, because they all have that one that they still snoop in on every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I said, now I can't relate because I just said to hell with everybody. You know?
And you should though, because you didn't find what you needed in any of those relationships. So you are supposed to say to hell with it. You know what I'm saying?
And never look back.
Never look back.
Never look back. Now, if it's on a friend standstill and y'all can be cordial enough to be that, okay, cool. But if it's somebody that's scarred me and then gave me problem after problem, and I have yet to get away and get that healing for myself, I'd be a fucking fool to go back.
Yep.
Yeah, and then there are a lot of fools be done damn healed themselves.
And still go back, Victor. Still will go right back.
What's wrong with y'all? You know what? I think it's because they're comfortable with them.
That's what it is. It's most of the time it's about comfortability. That's why people don't leave some of the situations they're in,
and they
because
stay and linger.
they're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know him or I know her, and you know, I don't want to get to learn somebody else. I don't want to, but that is life.
And it gets worse and worse the
It's
more
gonna
you
get
stick
worse.
and stay and know that you're not happy in the situation. If you notice them red flags off site, take heed to them and move the fuck around.
Yes, and also you gotta, and I know for some, I think I saw this on a TikTok clip. It's like for some women, it's like they'll gravitate towards the person with red flags because now they have an out when it doesn't blow up, instead of a person who doesn't light up like a damn Christmas tree, because now they gotta do the damn work and now they can't take the victim responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something messed up about a lot of women out there.
It is because of who they. I say for us women, it's about the upbringing that you have. It's about the men that we see our mothers with. It's about the conversations that we sat down and had with our mothers. I know for me and the bestie, like our mothers was different.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why we're different.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand, like when we disagree with certain women when it comes to certain situations, they be looking at us and they be want to go back and forth and argue. And it's like, I'm not gonna argue with you because me and you were brought up off two different, you know,
and you have to accept it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying we're perfect or nothing like that, but we have been through a lot. We have seen a lot. We have been around a lot with the women in our family, whether it was our moms, whether it was our grandmothers, whether it was our aunts. We've seen a lot, so we know what we're willing to deal with, and we know what we're not willing to deal with, and that's what it all comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And once you realize that, you just stop arguing with people, period. Because you know what it is sometimes people argue with you just to get a rise out of you. Typical black man or typical black woman being angry, you know what I'm saying? They do that. I realize that a lot of people, they just doing that to get a rise out of you.
Exactly. But you have to also understand, what's the purpose of going back and forth with people about your own personal morals, characteristics, and personalities?
You're not gonna agree with my personal shit, and I don't expect you to agree with it, because that's
not for you
how
to agree
I am
with.
Personally. It's not for you to agree with. You know, and the way you are, that's not for me to agree with. I'm not with you. I'm not in a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? So I can't knock your different beliefs. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I really have to say about it is that, you know, the women in the family, the way the women in each family treats the next woman is gonna be really important. That's pretty much gonna be one of the most important things in your life, because being a woman, if the women in your family don't have respect and love for you, guess what you're gonna bring out into the world around you? You're not gonna have any respect or love for anybody else, because that same sex, that same, you know, entity was not there for you. That also goes for men. That's why they say it's important for a man to have his father in his life.
And it's important for young girls to have their moms.
I can't teach no man how to be a man. I'm not a man.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to recognize our roles first. And I think that life will be much better if we recognize our roles and our place, our jobs. You know, it's like a lot of women wanna do what a nigga is doing. No,
and you can't.
No.
Let that man be that man, and you be that woman.
You be that woman. You feel me? You may be a strong ass woman. That's fine, but you're not a man, and you never will be.
Yeah. And also to that point, I will say this: if the biological father ain't there, you realize he's a bum. You better be careful what kind of man you bring around your sons. Or you better be careful what kind of woman you bring around your daughters, because you're saying to them, like, I'm okay with you being like this coming up, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what? No, because you bring the wrong person around, you're going to pay for it when that child becomes an adult and life starts kicking their ass. And they're realizing there's a lot of shit I should learn and you brought these sorry ass men or this sorry ass woman around. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
And now
you
guess
definitely
what?
gotta pay
You
attention.
have a sorry ass child now.
Yep.
And what are you gonna do? You feel me? Because when that child gets to a certain age, if you ain't laid down that law, if you ain't tried to straighten that child out, guess what? That mind is gonna be set, and it's nothing you're gonna be able to do.
Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing that you're gonna be
And
able.
another thing you gotta do is you gotta take accountability when they hit that certain age where you realizing that you know what they don't want to deal with you. It's like you gotta take accountability of your fuck ups. It's like
because you
I know
did that shit. You
yeah, and I
don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah. And I give my mom props for this because she owned up to it. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was like 22. I really wanted to do her. She admitted, she like, okay, I fucked up. I'm like, and that changed everything. You know what? Because I said, you are willing to take accountability for that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of parents are scared to take accountability.
And I'm sure that meant everything to you for her to admit her and take accountability.
Yes, that's where it starts, you know?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And after that, we didn't look back, you know what I'm saying? And she kind of understood where I came from, you know, so I can respect it.
Yes,
and I think that's what happened with my father. You know, my father wasn't in my life, you know, until I reached, I would say, the age of 13 or whatever. But it's like now, you know, he realizes what he's done and he accepted his accountability. And therefore, I was able to move forward with the relationship with my father. You know what I'm saying?
And also, some people as adults, you got to realize that not every parent's going to take accountability because my dad, my biological dad, know he wasn't shit, but he never going to take accountability. I'm at peace with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm at peace with it, you know?
And it's some fathers that's like that. That's those dealing with the same shit.
I didn't have him in my life growing up. I seeked him out by the age of 17. I was getting ready to graduate out of high school, and that's when we became to try to build a bond. But I forced that bond. And now that I'm older, with all the different things that happened in between that time from up till now, I wish I wouldn't have forced it because I was forcing something on somebody that didn't understand me. I was forcing something on somebody that didn't want to understand me, and they didn't want to take a credibility. So like you said, at some point in life, you have to take your hands off that thing and back away from it and let God handle it because you've done your part as their child. Yep. I'm your child. I shouldn't have to carry this thing like I'm the parent.
Exactly.
Especially when you know you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And if a person can just at least, a parent can at least just come to you and genuinely apologize so that you can move forward. If you got to let their ass go, it may hurt you, but you have to do what's best for you so that you can move on to live a healthy, prosperous life. Exactly. Because you don't need that toxic bullshit in your life.
Yep.
You really don't need that toxic bullshit in your life. And you know what? You definitely made some strong points. We'll leave it there. But ladies, my last question for y'all, and then we'll get ready to jump on y'all show is why do the people need to tap in with living living under the crown podcast? Why do people need to tap in wherever they're at? Why do people need to subscribe to y'all?
We say y'all need to tap in, y'all, because we are the realest females on the planet. We don't sugarcoat. We don't put on no mask. We don't do none of that. We're going to tell you what's real, and we're going to talk about the real. And we're all about the positive energy. We don't mess around with the negative.
And what you see is what you get with us. We're transparent. Yep. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put it out there. We're going to let it be known. If you need advice on it and it's something that we can help you with, even whether or not we went through it or we know somebody else close to us that went through it, we're going to try to give you the most sound advice to deal with it and do follow-ups. Like when we have guests, we always try to let our guests know that if you don't want to come on live like we're doing, you don't have to. You don't have to have your face shown. You can be anonymous or whatever the case may be, because a lot of people are skeptical about putting their personal business on social media. I get it. I understand. But if it's something that you're dealing with and you feel like you really need some answers, check us out. We might not have the best answer. We might have a half of a solution, and we might be able to find the rest. And we're gonna follow up with you
find it
to make sure that it.
We can't help you now. We're gonna find a way to help you later.
Yeah, that's real, because y'all had some damn good answers today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I definitely have to give y'all props. I definitely want to thank y'all for coming on. You know what I'm saying? And remember, whenever
we appreciate you.
Yes, we love you.
And remember, I might be in Florida, but I'm just a DM away whenever y'all need to have me on. Like,
Yes.
I'm hoping in 2024 we'll do this in person because I love to come up to Chicago when it's a little warmer now. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta come to one of our events.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, you got. Hey, if I'm pretty soon, I'm gonna start hosting events too. You know, and I'll keep y'all posted. Y'all gotta book a flight on down to Florida. You know what I'm saying? So,
we taking you on as our brother.
Yeah,
our podcast.
You are our new podcast.
hey, you know what? Hey, hey, guess what? I'm that damn podcast brother for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I want to thank you all for coming on, and I thank you, the listeners, for subscribing and checking out this episode of Liquor Talk. Until the next time, stay poured up, keep it moving, and we out this thing, y'all. Peace.
Peace out.